It's SMB Does Continue. I'm Jerome Paul-Sonko. And it's that particular time, at the moment in time, I want to bring you your celebrity out there to give us more on what he's doing in these times, and also how is this particular celebrity of yours benefiting from what they do. Why did they choose that line of careers, or why are they dealing in certain businesses as well? And on the show today, I'm joined by a comedian, content creator, someone who's ranting around when it comes to your online and the online videos that most of you do share on your WhatsApp statuses, most of you on your Instagrams or on your TikTok, and also on YouTube. And the person I'm having in studio with me is none other than Mr. Outer Brian. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody, whoever is watching.
So I would want to know who is Outer Brian now? If we were to speak in the fact that we know you as a content creator, we're seeing videos on Instagram, TikTok, or even YouTube on your pages.
Everywhere, yeah, Facebook. So, Outer Brian is, what can I say? First of all, by profession, I'm a gynecologist.
You're sure?
Yes.
No comedy.
No comedy. I'm a gynecologist by profession. I was in Makerere. I studied Makerere medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, for about 5 years. Yeah, so I majored in gynecology.
Okay.
Then, this content creating thing comes as just by the way. Yeah, it started, I think, way back in campus. Yeah, that's why I began doing this content creator thing. Campus, there were those clips, Vines. I don't know if you know them, Vines. Yeah, they started during campus when I was still at campus.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're just short clips. So when I started watching those clips, left and right, YouTube, mainly guys in the States were the ones who were doing them.
Oh yeah.
I started doing.
And then you're like, let me engage into this. And
I'm like, this is simple. This is something I can do. So I just started doing that. Yeah, way back. That was way back. If I made, if possible, maybe I was among the first people in East Africa to begin making content. Begin making these skits.
The short clips that we're seeing.
Because all these guys who have come have just come, and these content creators you see, they have just come.
Okay.
I'm like a pioneer. I started way back.
So by the time you did start up, did you ever choose a line and you say, now, if I'm starting this, it is going for forever now?
Personally, I think what made me start doing those skits was passion. Kubanga. When I saw iPhone interest, Kubanga, I used to wonder because people had talents. Others could run, others could rap.
And now with that,
I used to first sit there, ask myself, Katwa is my talent. So I tried doing many things. I even tried playing table
tennis.
I realized this thing is not for me. I tried running. Then I realized that when I saw those skits, I realized this is where I belong. Because I found interest. So when I started doing the skits, I found happiness, like interest. So I just started doing them, just doing for the sake of doing, not minding what is ahead, just doing skits.
Doing to and I would say, how did you find the reception? Because now once you start doing, becoming a comic, in terms of in Ugandans, they will definitely start saying, hey, that guy is really funny. Why doesn't he do real comedy now? So how was the reception, first of all?
When I started doing the skits, people were like, yeah, this guy is good. But by then, people didn't know about skits. I'm telling you, by then, because I used to do my skits, even by then the following was still down. People were not so, but the people who would see the skits would be like, yo man, this is interesting, this is nice. It was just me here in Uganda, maybe some few Kenyans who were doing them. So I just...
And then you found yourself doing this. And surprisingly, now you've been mentioning about the fact that you're a gynecologist.
Yeah.
So have you ever tried out this particular field in terms of, is it being a gynecologist, I guess you're supposed to be in the hospital, right?
Yes.
So have you ever been, apart from the internship that comes to it, had you tapped into that sector?
Gynecology?
Yes.
Yes, I work in the hospital most of my time.
Really?
During day, I'm in the hospital. Now, it's only when I get time, let's say like in the evening, weekends, that's the only time I get to do skits.
Okay.
all the other days. I'm in a gynecology wing.
Okay.
Mulago Hospital.
So now you're a gynecologist as a profession.
As a profession, yes.
So I want to understand, how do people find, now in case you have a patient who already knows who you are, which reception have you received from them? Because I would be honest with you, someone finding a doctor who is a bit comical, making comic skits as well, you kind of find a problem trusting them when it comes to your health. How do you perceive it, and how do you deal with your customers?
It's kind of interesting. Kubanga, first of all, at work, when it's time for work, me, I'm serious. I focus. So you find me at the gynecology wing, dressed in my medical attire. I'm very serious.
You're a different brand.
Hey, people can be like, "Hey, that's the guy from TikTok. Hey, that's the guy from Instagram. That is, you know everything." I'd be like, but then I'm very serious. Let's consultation. Let's do. But I do my work. Then in the evening, actually, people sometimes wonder, Kubanga, during day, I'm a different person. But when they are at home, they again look online and they feel like it's the guy we work with.
Or even the people that you work with,
like, man, this is the guy. Kumbe. Yeah, but I like keeping people in that stage of confusion, whereby they keep wondering.
Okay. Now, how do you start up with the idea of, let me say, opening up now a YouTube channel? Because we would see that because most of the people now who turn to opening up YouTube channels are people who are ready to go into content creation. So did you realize that maybe there is some payment into it that you can easily tap into, or there was something else behind you creating these platforms for yourself?
So when it comes to creating platforms, I just have to make sure, because if I'm doing the skits, I just have to make sure they're everywhere. Personally, I do it because of passion. Me, I'm not after the money at the end of the day, because it's just inside me. It's just passion. Whether the money doesn't come, whether it what, but I just do it for the passion. So the YouTube, so I created accounts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, just to make the videos and make sure they are spread like. Then of course when the money comes in, the better. But though that's not my mind, I do it because of passion.
Okay. Now we've seen the ideas of content creators in Uganda, and wanting to understand just a brief. What I did not even go into, who is Outer Brian? That is one of the questions I've been having here. Who is Outer Brian? If at all someone wants to know, Brian Yani, and Brian ye ajja okutuuka wano.
How would I answer that now? Outer Brian is. Should I describe myself?
You can, please.
I'm a humble man. Everybody knows I'm a very humble man. I'm a focused person. I'm a hardworking person. I like to interact with my fans, and very welcoming.
Okay.
Yes. Very welcoming, especially to the female fans. Basically in the field. What else? I come from a humble background. Where I come from is Eastern Bukedia district.
Okay.
I'm a Mteso, and we have 6 siblings. I have my sisters. I know they're watching. Big up. They're at home. They're watching. Okay. Then I have my brothers. I have like 3 brothers.
Okay. Now, Brian, one would want to know: is Outer your real name?
Yes.
Outer. It is your real name, like it's on your birth certificate as Outer.
Even if I pull out my national ID,
it is Outer.
Yes.
And is it, let me say, is it in a Christian doctrine level, or it is a culture name?
It is a culture name. Kubanga, guys, here, by the way, here in club, I've not seen anyone who's called. Who was that name?
They're called Outer. Because for me, in my perspective, I thought it's just
a nickname. Most people think it's a nickname, but it's a real name. Actually, the only guys who find that name are when you go back to my home district,
Okay.
That's where you find guys with that name.
All right. Now, Brian, let's talk about the idea of, you mentioned gynecology. I want to know something. Who is a gynecologist? Because of the stories we've been having, we had some cases back then with gynecologist Mr. Sebunya, Dr. Sebunya, who was also into the news in that angle of gynecology. So I want to understand what is the profession of a gynecologist? What do you do?
Actually, speaking of Sebunya, I once started. I happened to study with him for quite some time in the school of gynecology.
Okay.
But a gynecologist is somebody who deals with women when they're giving birth. He's a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is in charge of the process of giving birth to a newborn child.
Okay.
The gynecologist coordinates that process.
So that is why we're hearing all those things so that means you're not part in two when it comes to dealing with men.
No, for men, no. Female. This is a platform for me. Thank you for this platform. Yeah, now people have known. Gynecology, I take you process by process. When you want to give birth,
okay,
yeah, you find me. You just have to contact me.
And when you mentioned process by process there, now why do people normally relate to you as Mr. Hard Guy? Where does this come from? Because the other name that I would want to use here would not be suitable for some of the audiences. That is why I'll choose to go with Hard Guy. Mr. Hard Guy, what? Where does this come to? How do we come to this part?
Actually, before coming here, I have some shots with Hard Guy here. I was like, should I come with a shot of Hard Guy? The theory of Hard Guy started when actually Hard Guy made this. These guys who are still in high school, they're the ones who like that slang. Hard Guy, you see the guy like this.
Okay. And most of them have those slangs in high school that is very hard to get.
Those guys have slang. These guys have complicated slang. These young kids, they're complicated. So Hard Guy, I managed to adopt it. Okay, I mainly adopted it from one of these young kids. Sent me a video, a voice audio. That is selling me with a Hard Guy. You will come for me. Chimanya, you will mix me.
Okay.
Thinking I'm harder than him. He's like, you were out of body. Think you're hard. I'll come for you. I'll mix you.
And you feel like you're the Hard Guy.
So I'm like, you guys are joking. You guys are nothing. Because the real Hard Guy, it is me.
Okay.
So to assure them that I'm a Hard Guy, I even made a shirt. Hard Guy.
Okay.
Yes.
And
just to show them that
you're the Hard Guy.
But even in real life, not first in real life,
you're a Hard Guy.
They know I'm the Hard Guy.
Okay.
They know I'm the hardest. Yeah.
All right. Now, Arthur Brian, before we even go into the break, Arthur Brian is going to give us some of his, in most cases when we are off work, maybe we do come up with certain things that we use to survive when it comes to that. Here we normally tell young children out there, or the students as well, to adapt to ways of earning some small income or a side hustle, something like that. Do you engage yourself in maybe some businesses that normally help you out and get something out of it?
Yeah. Of course, basically, I told you first of all, I'm a gynecologist. So I'm from gynecology.
Okay, that is your profession.
That's my profession. These kids are just a side thing.
Okay.
These kids, my profession is gynecology. So I'm a gynecologist and from gynecology. Then the kids also once in a while they bring in some income, gigs and what.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Though I want to venture now into business.
All right.
Because I realized I have a very huge fan base.
All right.
Everywhere I go, so in my head, I want to sit down with my team. We see how we can start up business, maybe merchandise or something. Because now Outer Brand is like a brand name.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone knows Outer Brand. So
you can come up with
something
in Outer Brand.
Focus on that lane.
So that you can actually tap into that business part of it. All right. Now, to any young person out there, if you want to become a content creator, it means that you should not mainly base on to that as well. So you've clearly understood. Now, for me as a person, I didn't actually know that Outer Brand is a gynecologist. Gynecologist. nitubeerawo mu ngeri eyo emu oba endala. And gynecologists also did come onto the scene with ne bekolera erinnya mu ggwanga. But meanwhile, we're going to take a break. When we return, we're talking more about content creation. How can a young content creator earn from it as well? We're even going to talk more about the Afghanistans as well in terms of Outer Brand's concept as well. Let's take a short break. We return with more of Outer Brand.